The second breakthrough salvia trip I had was, what was this one like? This one, the beginning and the end of this one, I can't tell you at all. This one, I did it several times that day because I wanted the breakthrough experience. I did it once, and I didn't really trip that hard. I have videos of all these, but I'm not going to post them because they're for me to learn from. And it was just really confusing. It wasn't confusing, but it was strange. And I didn't really learn that much. And then the second one, then I finished the bowl off of that, and I had the second one. And the second one was, it wasn't really, it was strong, it was just as strong, but it was different. It was continued off the first one and leading up to the final one. And I kind of got the sensation that I was a worker for these people. But I didn't see it. There's no visuals. It was just the thought. Like, 'cause I get that a lot. I'll just get new thoughts and ideas from out of nowhere, it's a cool experience. And then the third one, the third one was probably the most intense. No, not the most intense. One of the most intense, but the strangest thing ever. I was laying down, it wasn't an operating table, I guess it was an operating table. And I looked down. This was my third eye, not my human experience eyes. Those were closed. And my stomach was opened like it's square. And it was open like a big square. And these beings were putting crystals or stones into my stomach. And at first I was terrified because, looking down, having my stomach open and people putting stones in it. And they told me, telepathically of course, that the stones were going to help me. That they were there to help me and guide me. And that instantly calmed me down. I instantly, realized I was at home. So I was in the spirit world. And I was at home in the spirit world, and then they kept doing that, and I realized at first the shapes they had, this is when I get confused if it's the beginning or the end, because this is the trip where I realized that they were light beings. They weren't jelly people, they were actually light beings, and they were made of light, and they had a physical shell on the outside. And I believe it was at first they were in the light beings, and then they transformed into a more physical body, and it was kind of like a mix between a snake and an alien. And then I realized when they transformed because I was in that exact same form at the time, but mine was more closely related to a snake than an alien. And so I was in that exact same form, so they transformed into that one to make me feel more at home in my form, even though they didn't need to. And then so I was in this serpentine form, and then I saw them transform, and I knew I was one of them. I knew they were putting the stones in me because I was one of them. That was, that's simple logic. And then once they transformed, I realized I could transform into physical forms and identities. So I transformed into, I started transforming. Can you see that? No, you can't. But there's a cat. You guys can't see it. There's a cat staring at me right now. And it's probably one of the spirits because it came out of nowhere. But anyway, the camera wasn't even on me a while. But, that was weird. That happens to me all the time. But anyway, after they transformed, I transformed, I thought, oh, what else can I transform into? And I was able to transform into a jaguar again, another jaguar. And I was on the table, and then I have an entire life in the spirit world. And, because I remember seeing people there, that I knew, and it might have been a child, and it might have been my girlfriend or a wife. There's two people there, and one of them might have been my child, one of them might have been my girlfriend or my wife, I'm not sure. And it was, because I knew them. I loved them. I loved everyone there. It's a very loving place. It's filled with love. And they put the stones in my stomach and said it would help. And then I woke up. And since then I've noticed my power more, and I've noticed my power at night, and I've noticed my connection to the spirit world. And there's another cat right on my doorstep. I told you, my power at night and the spirits, they just play with me. But in a good way. They absolutely love me, and I absolutely love them. My power at night is absolutely amazing. I can feel it right now. It's amazing. The spirits are always there to protect me. I suggest everyone get in touch with the spirits.